Hi, my name's Taylor Ellis, and I'm currently a student in a Doctor of Physical Therapy program at Chapman University, finishing up my first year. When I think back on my journey to become a physical therapist, there are really two events in my life that stick out. The first one, as a kid, I played a lot of soccer all the way up through college, and I got injured a lot. So I spent a lot of time in physical therapy clinics, and the first clinic that I ever went to had this saying written in big letters up on the wall. It said, "Incipit vita nova." And I asked the physical therapist, what does that mean? And he told me it means here begins new life. And he was basically explaining that that was the mantra of the clinic, and what he meant by that was we're here to help people regain something that they lost or renew a sense of confidence after an injury, or if they're ready to trust their leg again after surgery or whatever the case may be. And I thought that was something really neat, and it really stuck with me throughout the years. The second big life event that really turned me towards physical therapy was in college. I got a concussion my sophomore year playing soccer, and I developed post-concussion syndrome, and I was out for 2 years. It caused a lot of struggles with relationships in my life. School itself became very difficult, which is something that I never really struggled with, so that was really frustrating. And my whole life, whenever anything went wrong, the only thing that I ever really turned to was soccer, and I no longer had that. And so I really was struggling with figuring out who I am and what I'm doing with my life, basically. And about that time, I had to take a GE class, and so I signed up for this class called Self and Identity, and I ended up meeting one of the most influential people I've ever met in my life, my professor, who went by Doc. He basically had this whole argument for us that we let our words define who we are and how we react to situations, and that it was our challenge and our responsibility to take that control back. And so he called it makes me language, which means you would say like, my concussion makes me angry, or my concussion has caused my relationships with others to fail, or something like that, for instance. And he challenged us to take that back. I think recovering from my concussion and coming out of that whole experience with a brand new perspective was my incipit vita nova moment that so many PTs before me have tried to help their patients achieve. And I feel really fortunate to have had that experience and to have come out of it with such a new and optimistic perspective. And it really makes that saying I saw so many years ago written up on the wall of the first PT clinic I ever saw mean so much more to me, and it's something that I didn't just see once on a wall. It's going to be something that really dictates the whole rest of my life in the way that I practice and the way that I help people. For the longest time, I kept putting my identity in other things, and I kept putting the blame on my concussion or my teammate that gave me the concussion, and I was never really taking responsibility for the way that it was affecting my relationships, affecting my grades, anything like that. It makes me sad that I used to be like that. But that class really taught me how to take that back and to be responsible for my actions and the way I treat others. And I think that's something that's so important for me, and I feel like I have this mission to carry that forward and to help people. I really feel like that's my calling in life. Every single step of the way has been so worth it. Obviously I don't wish I had a concussion. The things that I learned from that are so irreplaceable and so rare, and I feel so fortunate at such a young age to feel the way I do about my perspective on life, how I've put my relationships with others at such high priority. I just have this overwhelming compassion for others that is newly discovered, because there were a lot of people that showed me that same compassion when I was at my weakest point, and I want to be able to share that with people. I think that's why I chose physical therapy over being a medical doctor or something like that, and all those professions are equally respected and amazing. With physical therapy, you see these people 2-3 times a week, and you really get to know them, what their struggles are emotionally and mentally, and really play a strong role in that. And I think it's just the most amazing thing in the world. If I could say anything to freshman year me, it would be that there are lots of difficult things coming your way, and it's up to you how you're going to handle that and how you're going to come out of it on the other side. You're going to meet a lot of really inspirational people along the way, but it's still your choice on how you're going to let that impact the way that you impact others. I think there are a lot of times that incipit vita nova becomes relevant. I always think of it in respect to recovering from an injury or gaining back your independence or something like that, because my mind thinks the way a physical therapy mind thinks. Getting married, having kids, those are all new chapters of your life that are beginning, and it really depends on your perspective of how you're going to capture those moments and how you're going to tackle your life.